Yo, welcome to Higher Notion, episode 12 of the podcast, guys.
Wow.
Big trailer reveal came out today, Monday, November 1st.
It's already November.
Yeah. No Nut November. Keep it in your pants, guys.
Or no shave November.
Or, well, I guess. I mean, I did shave
I'm gonna be
ago, so.
I'm gonna be shaving.
I got baby face going on. Yeah, apologies about the last video, but if you stuck around to the end, just listen to the beats, I guess.
Some ambient music.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, we'll get into the big trailer. But how was your weekend, man?
It's pretty good. As you guys know, I work graveyard, so I don't really have much of a weekend. I literally, my Friday is Saturday morning, so like I get home at like 8 in the morning, and I try to stay up as long as I can.
Crazy.
But I think I lasted till like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon awake, and then I had to take like a 3 or 4 hour nap. So
yeah,
like my Saturdays are literally like from maybe 6 to 11 or 12 at night, and then like I try to sleep again, but like I'm awake until like 3 or 4 in the morning. Just is what it is. Like Monday morning is probably like the most normal sleep schedule I have, which is today.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I'd have to take some melatonin or something.
Dude, that makes me groggy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I saw this ad for people that have like insomnia. So like it's like a drug that helps you sleep. The cons outweigh the pros by a landslide. I'm like, yo, you take that, it's scary because there's like, yeah, you can experience paralysis and you won't be able to move, but you will be awake. I'm like, fuck that. Like,
has that ever happened to you? Sleep paralysis?
A few times, yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, so like to get myself to move, like I start like moving my finger first. Like you just gotta stay calm. And then like after a while, it doesn't take me long to be able to move, but like yeah, it's happened a few times.
Yeah, that it hasn't happened to me for a while, but yeah, it's so scary because you feel like someone's gonna attack you or something. It's like, oh, I can't move right now.
Yeah, I think people tend to hallucinate more in that state, because I've hallucinated a little bit while I was in sleep paralysis.
Yeah, that makes sense because yeah, you're just so vulnerable. You feel so vulnerable. It's like your mind's awake, but your body can't move.
Yeah.
Wonder what's the cause of that? I don't know. I think it's like you're in a deep REM sleep, and for some reason, and I could be wrong. So, but for some reason, you just wake up during that cycle, and yeah, you can't move.
I think you're right. I read about it when it happened to me, but that was so long ago that I really can't remember exactly what that article said.
Yeah, crazy. So, but yeah, no, you didn't do anything for Halloween?
No, my sibling came over, my brother, with his kid and his girlfriend, and we just talked, hung out, ordered pizza, just waited, and then around like 6 o'clock, the kids went out to trick or treat. But over here in Arizona, I think barely anybody or any kids actually did that, because usually I'll have like one or two or at least like a handful of kids come in and like ring the doorbell or knocking for candy. Zip this year.
You didn't get anybody?
Nobody came.
Yeah. Back when I lived there, I don't even remember like back even when I lived at my parents' house if that many people showed up. And over here where I live now, I wasn't sure because I was working and I was out. So I'm not sure if anybody came to my door, but when I was out, I did see people like walking around with their kids. And I don't know. It's just Halloween's definitely not the same. Doesn't feel like it.
Well, I mean, we're older, so like we went through the phases, kid dressing up, going to get candy. It's all we cared about, hanging out with our friends, trading, like what candies that we didn't like and shit like that. And when I moved out here, I think it was like 12, 13, I think I went trick-or-treating like once or twice with like family and stuff. And it was, I think it was still pretty popular. There was a lot of kids out, but I felt like there was something missing because I'm from New York and that's a whole different like ballpark because all the houses are closer together.
Yeah.
And like you have the local bodegas and stuff. You can go in there and they'll give you candy too. But it's just like
bodegas.
Yeah, bodegas. It was pretty cool. I mean, I like the atmosphere in New York better than I did out here. Just because I felt like restricted to like one neighborhood and you don't really got to drive anywhere.
Yeah.
There was a few times like some people will give me like toothbrushes and dental floss and toothpaste, like a whole set. Now that I think back on it, they're probably like dentists or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never like got mad at them for giving it to me. Like, all right, cool. I'll take it. You're giving me something. And then sometimes like people were handing out money to kids. Like, well, not like $20 or anything like that. Like $1 at most. I remember I went to this one house in West Haverstraw, which is upstate New York, and I think it was a dude. He had like a whole bag of ones and like maybe some fives if you got lucky. He's like, all right, grab one, and grab it. I got a $1 bill, but
that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I remember back when I lived in Orange County before I moved to Arizona. Yeah, in my neighborhood, there was a lot of kids that went out. It was a gated neighborhood and it was pretty big. And yeah, I just remember, I don't know, I just remember more people being into it. And maybe my thinking is with like technology, and again, I could be reaching, but with technology, like iPads, more video games, streaming, like kids just stay in.
They do. It's been, I don't know, when did that start happening? Like early 2000s?
Yeah, early mid 2000s.
Yeah, because like I was playing a lot outside, 90s, and into the 2000s. Not too much, but when I moved here to Arizona though, that became a lot less because I could not fucking handle the heat.
This is Matt from Channel 3 News. It's the day after the 4th of July. Extreme heat waves pound the valley today, reaching up to 115 at the highest. Today in the valley, there is an extreme heat advisory in effect. Extreme heat warnings and conditions. Stay inside. To show you how hot it's going to be today, we are going to fry an egg in a pan that's been sitting out for a couple hours. Smoking! Here's a thermometer that's reached well over 110. The heat advisory is in full effect today. The neighborhood is very quiet. No one walking their dogs, no kids playing in the streets. Everybody stays inside when the heat advisory is on.
I thought somebody was barbecuing.
Now this pan has been sitting here for over a couple hours. Here is an egg from a chicken. No sizzle, but it's probably going to take a little longer than a stove. There it is, current July 5th, 110 degrees. The high is supposed to be 116. That's about 20 minutes, folks. That is a poached egg right there. This is no camera trickery. This is no editing or special effects, folks. We are the news. We report real news.
Ha! Gay!
Wherever you live, stay where you live. If you live in Oregon, NorCal, SoCal, New York City, I don't care. Do not move to Arizona. Do not. I repeat, do not.
Yeah, it's too hot.
But like the most I would do would go to the pool. I had a community pool that we would go to, and I would ride my bike around a lot. That's pretty much all I did. And then play hours on the PS2, PlayStation 2. I would play Need for Speed Underground 1, and then when 2 came out, I used to play that all the time. And some Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi games. Those are my games back then.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know. And if I have kids, I'll take them trick or treating. Even though I don't really eat candy, and I really don't want them to eat candy, but
Like, just get a small basket. That's what my sister does, and it's not that much candy.
yeah. Did you watch any scary movies?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I haven't watched anything. I decided to play Ratchet and Clank, and I beat it last night.
Oh, nice.
It's not a long game. I think it's just as long as the Miles Morales game, to be honest.
Damn. So is it worth paying full price for that game?
I mean, it was fun. I don't know what the price is right now. I paid full price because I got it when it came out.
Yeah. So now that do you think it's like you got your money's worth for that short of a game?
Yeah, I got my money's worth. I mean, I like Miles Morales. It was short, and I mean that was, I think, what, $40 or 50?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, something around there.
Yeah, I feel like I got my money's worth. I could have definitely waited until they reduced the price, but because it came out in June.
Yeah, June.
Yeah, and I just beat it. It's November, guys. I did stream it, so go watch it if you want. It's on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Hyyer Notion.
There you go.
That's cool, man. I didn't play anything, but I did watch some movies. I saw I saw 2 movies. I saw The Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright film. Do you know who Edgar Wright is?
What's the film about?
It's about this girl who lives in England or UK, and she gets accepted into London. She wants to be a fashion designer, and she gets accepted into this London school of fashion. And she's from like the countryside. She moves over to London, and the film's kind of vague, but I'm not sure if she has powers or if she's just schizophrenic, but she sees like dead people and spirits. Like her mother committed suicide, and spoilers, by the way. Her mother committed suicide when she was young, and she sees her mom in the mirror, and her grandmother's who takes care of her. And in the beginning, her grandmother says, "Oh, have you seen your mom?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't see her anymore." But she lied to her because she saw her in the beginning, right when she got accepted into school. So she gets to the school, and she's like obsessed with the 1960s, with like her the music and just the culture of that time, especially in London. So yeah, when she moves to this school, she gets a roommate. Her roommate's kind of a bitch to her, and so because of that, she moves out, rents a room in this building. It's on the top floor, and then when she goes to sleep, she gets transported into 1960s London, and she sees this girl who wants to be a singer, and she just follows her. Like it's shot where they show the main girl as the 60s girl's reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie. It's like a psychological thriller, some horror aspects, and the main girl just sees this girl's life and how it goes down. And then
is she not able to control?
No,
No. Okay.
And it's kind of weird because you don't think it like her vision, her when she sees this stuff, you don't think it affects her in the real world. But this 60s girl that she's following, she like meets this dude who's like a manager at this club, and they get together and they start making out. And then the next day in the real world, the main girl, she has a hickey on her neck because
of what happens in the 60s.
Yeah. And things start getting worse and worse because at first she gets thrilled going into that world and seeing it, and she uses the fashion in that era to design stuff at her school. But as the more visions start happening, it gets more horrific, and she sees that the girl was the 60s girl she wanted to become a singer, so she linked with that manager guy at the club, but he ended up just being a pimp and started pimping her out. And then the main girl starts seeing like ghosts of all the dudes that the 60 girls got with. And the main girl thinks that the pimp like killed the 60s girl in that room that she's staying in. So the main girl starts getting all crazy, and like she can't tell what's reality anymore. And there's a twist at the end, and I won't spoil it, but I don't know. It's a good movie, but it's kind of, there's some plot holes in there.
I think I saw a trailer for this. I didn't see anything that mentioned like going back to the 60s, but like I did see ghosts and stuff and shit from it. I think it was like 2 weeks ago that I saw that trailer.
Yeah.
But it sounds familiar. It's like a mix of
it's like The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, The Sixth Sense with what's the one movie where they like do surgeries on the black people to steal their bodies, basically?
Oh, Get Out?
Get Out, yeah. So it's like a mix of Get Out, kind of. Because she's like watching this person's life or whatever from that. I know she's not controlling the body or anything like that, but it just gave me like a sense of it.
Yeah. But yeah, he Edgar Wright, like I said, he directed and wrote the film, and he did Baby Driver.
Oh, okay.
Scott Pilgrim and Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. And he was supposed to do Ant-Man originally, but he left. So it was good. Not his best film. I still like Baby Driver better, but it was all right.
Baby Driver was okay.
I really liked the film. And then yesterday, I saw this movie, Antlers. It's a horror film. It's about this boy. He's essentially keeping a mythical creature at his house. And I'll go into a little spoilers again. So in the beginning, some dude is working on a meth lab. He's working in a meth lab in an abandoned mining cave or something in Oregon. And his young son is waiting outside, and the boy's like, he hears some like weird sounds, and it sounds like an animal. And the dad's like, oh, just stay in the car, I'll be back, and then we'll go pick up your brother. So the dad goes into the cave. He meets up with his partner, I guess, and again, they're in a meth lab, and then they hear the sound, and it's like a monster. And then they get attacked, and then it cuts to 3 weeks later, and then the movie follows a teacher who was originally from that town in Oregon. She moved, I think, to California, and then she came back to live with her brother. And her brother's the sheriff in that town now. And it's alluded that the teacher got abused by her father back in the day, and then that's why she left. And she left the brother there, and she feels guilty about it. And yeah, so she teaches like 5th or 6th grade, and then there's a boy in her class who's like, he's kind of a loner, and based on his actions, he seems like he's getting abused, and she can tell. And that boy is the brother to, the little boy that was in the earlier part of the film. And you find out that the dad, like, he got sick, and then he starts transforming into this monster. So he was, I guess, so when he was attacked, he got infected, and then now he's transforming into this monster. And then, so the boy, I guess, he feeds his dad and his little brother, who's also infected. He feeds them like dead animals. So, and then he locks them in a room because the dad told him to lock him. Like, later towards the film, you see there's a flashback, and he tells him, like, lock this door and don't open for whatever reason, no matter what I tell you, as he starts transforming.
Hold up, I'm gonna stop you real quick. Dead animals, like, they hunted them, or you just found dead animals lying around, or what's going on with that?
Well, both. Like,
Okay.
Like at one point, he comes across a skunk, kills it. Yeah. And then later he finds like there's crows or hawks circling around a dead animal. He shoos them away, and he takes the animal back.
Okay. I actually saw that the other day. I was driving to my house, and right there, just a bunch of fucking crows. I'm like, is that a dead animal? And I think it was a cat. Yeah.
But yeah, so he starts feeding them the dead animals because they need to feed. And you can clearly tell that this kid is disturbed, and the teacher can see it. And she tries to talk to him, get more information about what's going on at home. He's not giving her anything. And he starts drawing like these crazy pictures, like they're disturbing pictures that he's drawing about, what he's experiencing. And the teacher finds one of the pictures, takes it to the principal, tells the principal, like, this kid is being abused. We need to do something. And then the principal says, oh, well, I'll go check on the dad, because the kid's mother had died. So it was just the dad and the two brothers. So the principal eventually goes to the house, door's unlocked, and she goes into the house, which typical horror trope. And then she hears the little brother like crying out, and then she unlocks the door, and then it leads to an upstairs, and then that's where, and it reeks, like it smells really bad in there, and
yeah, like dead animals and shit,
just dead flesh. Yeah. And she gets attacked and then gets eaten, and then
this is the principal, right? Not the teacher.
Yeah, no, the principal.
Okay.
And then they file a missing persons report on her, and then the teacher's like, hey, like, the teacher's talking to her brother, like, she's telling him, you need to look into this because something's not right. And she tells her brother that her and the principal were talking about the kid's dad and how the principal was going to go over to her house. So the teacher goes over to her house, to the house, and then sees the principal's car. And then the kid, not the little brother, the older brother that's in her class, he came sometimes afterwards, and he's trying to hide the evidence, and he sees that his dad like escaped. So, and you see how the dad transformed, like the monster like comes out of his mouth and then pretty much like bursts out, and very gory. They like show a lot of dead bodies, and it's the monster now is loose and starts attacking people in the town. And yeah, and then eventually the police get a warrant. They go into the house, they see all the dead bodies, and they take the kid to the hospital. He's malnourished and he has nobody left. The brother's missing, and he spends a day in the hospital. And then the teacher and her brother take the kid to stay at their house. And then eventually the creature who was the dad comes back to look for him, and the creature's brought the little brother. And then one of the cops' partners went to their house to watch the house, and then the partner dies. The brother goes back to the house, and meanwhile the teacher and the kid were in the house, and the brother sees his partner, like, because his partner went to the shed. He saw that the little brother was hiding there. The creature like impales him. He has like these antlers.
Yeah.
He impales the partner in the back, and the brother eventually finds the partner's dead body, and then the brother gets attacked, and the kid tells the teacher like, hey, my dad's coming for me. And so teacher's like, don't move, don't leave. And then the kid's just like, he leaves. So
Yeah.
because he wants to be with his brother. So the teacher goes to check on her brother. Her brother got impaled. He's pretty much dying, and she's like, Lucas is the kid. She's like, Lucas went back to the mine with his dad and his brother. We got to go to the mine. She takes her brother, in his police car, drives to the mine, and then
The brother that's dying right now.
yeah,
Not to the hospital, but
no, and it's a long drive. And then when they get to the mine, then she calls for help. She doesn't like call for help right away. So
okay.
kind of dumb, but yeah, she goes into the mine and she looks for the kid, and then she sees the monster. He's fully like transformed, and they eventually. Oh, and I forgot this part, but the previous sheriff before her brother was some Native American. And they go like the Native American, like he's been following the case closely as well. And so the brother and the teacher go to him at one point asking like, hey, what's going on? And he shows them this book of showing like mythical creatures that the indigenous people believed in, and they think that it's like a spirit, and it goes from one host to another, and that's what's going on. And the brother doesn't believe him, but
So kind of like a Wendigo?
yeah, exactly. That's the exact term.
Oh, so that's what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never even heard of that prior, but
Okay.
yeah. So
a lot of people confuse like skinwalkers and Wendigos together. So yeah, Wendigos are like cannibals.
yes, that's exactly what the creature is.
Yeah, they always suffer from hunger.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so, yeah, she fights him, she shoots him, and you have to pierce the heart to kill him at their weakest, most vulnerable points. So she does that. The kid helps too by stabbing the monster in the back. And then now, after the main one dies, the little brother is starting to transform. So the teacher has to kill him, and she tells Lucas, "I'm sorry, but this has to be done." And that pretty much is it. And then later on, and it's alluded that Lucas is now infected somehow. So eventually they might have to kill him. And then the brother started coughing as well because he got impaled earlier. So I guess if you touch the thing, you get infected. But he coughs up like black blood, and that's how you tell that he's infected. And then the movie just ends. So
Yeah, I thought it would end like that.
yeah, I mean, parts of it were good, but parts of it were just like typical like horror shit. So, but yeah, that's if you're into that stuff, you might have a good time. I don't know.
Yeah, or you could just play Until Dawn.
Is that
Have you ever played that? Okay. Yeah, it has Wendigos in it. Basically, you're just a bunch of young adults. I'm gonna go ahead and assume they don't look like teenagers to me. And yeah, they go up to cabin and shit just goes south, and you're just trying to survive. But the thing is, with a Wendigo, I think you have to consume human flesh in order to become one.
Yeah, they kind of change. They kind of change the lore in this movie. It just seems like if you were touched by it or pierced, I don't know, that's how you got infected. I don't know.
Yeah. What's that?
What's up? This?
What's that? Yeah.
It's kombucha.
Mm.
Lavender melon. Pretty good. Yeah, those were the movies I watched. And then prior to the recording of the podcast, I finished up the season finale of Why the Last Man. And the season was good. Again, they canceled it after the first season, so I'm not sure if it's going to continue because they left things open. So we'll see.
Maybe a different network will pick it up.
Yeah. So I did want to talk about, because last time we talked about how you were watching The Rookie, right?
Yeah. Did you pick it up?
No, but I saw an article saying that because of the thing that happens with Alec Baldwin, The Rookie, that show, is banning real guns from the show.
Real guns?
Yeah, they're banning. So I guess they were using real guns.
I guess. I mean, I never knew that. I never really paid too much attention to that.
But yeah, I saw that article and I was like, oh, Joel watches that show. So yeah.
Is it starting? Probably not season 4 because.
I mean, yeah, because it's probably already shot, but
yeah,
continuing that they're not going to use real guns.
Speaking of that, I still gotta watch the new episode that came out yesterday.
Nice. But yeah, you want to get into the Boba Fett trailer?
Yeah, Boba Fett trailer came out today, and it was pretty dope. It didn't really give us too much more than what we already knew with their initial announcement, and also the image with him sitting on the chair, which I liked. I liked that they introduced the visuals and kind of where the story is gonna go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume he's just trying to take over the empire that Jabba the Hutt created.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know where it's gonna go from there. What do you think?
No, I think exact same thing. I did a trailer reaction, is now on the channel. You can go watch it. But yeah, it's picking up where that post-credit scene of Mandalorian season 2 left off of him. He killed Bib Fortuna and he's taken over Jabba's empire, what's left of it,
Mhm.
because it is set sometime after Return of the Jedi. But it looked great to me. Like the visual effects look incredible. Like there's this shot of, I'm not sure if that's a city in Tatooine. I think it is, but
It
could
looked
be.
like a city to me, but yeah, that's the shot I was talking about.
Yeah, it looked great though. It looked like movie quality effects. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm not sure how many episodes it's gonna be. Either 6 or 8, but it looks dope. And I heard that they're gonna do flashbacks as well. So
Probably to the time where to tell how he survived, most likely.
yeah, because that's what everybody wants to know. Like, how did he survive the Sarlacc pit? And what's he been doing since? So, yeah, I'm excited about the show. Again, no Mandalorian this year, but this is going to be a good replacement.
You know what would have been dope if he came back with like a robot arm or something. I don't know. You know, show like the damage that he received from the escape and shit. I don't know, man. I feel like he couldn't have escaped that unscathed. You know what I'm saying?
He had the armor on.
So,
Well, they made it. I mean, they didn't. It wasn't known before, but in the Mandalorian, they they gave the knowledge that the Mandalorian's armor is really strong. So
yeah.
I can see them going in that direction where the armor protected him, and that's why he got out and he had to get rid of it because maybe it had acid all over it. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean the armor can withstand lightsabers.
Sorry. But yeah, and then Fennec Shand is in it as well. She's a badass.
She is.
Um,
She was in
Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield, yeah.
And do you think there'll be any Jedi in this?
I like a cameo, maybe.
I mean, Luke at this point would be the only Jedi in the timeline.
What about the Jedi that we played in
Fallen Order?
yeah, Fallen Order? Is he dead?
I don't know. I never finished the game.
Plus,
That's
I mean,
yeah.
he was around when Luke was around in that time.
Was he?
Yeah, I mean he fought Darth Vader, no?
Did he?
Yeah.
In the game?
Fight is an understatement. You run away from Darth Vader.
I mean, I don't think we know yet because they might. I think they're doing another game and
because he fought against
Inquisitors. I know that.
Inquisitors, yeah. Only like 2 of them, 2 or 3.
That was before episode 4. So I mean, there's been a lot of time. So I don't know. I know Ahsoka's still alive.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe Mando shows up.
You think so?
Maybe.
Maybe to introduce the 3rd season.
Yeah. But I'm excited, man. There was going to be a movie, but they made a series. Made a series of it.
The Boba Fett.
Yeah, there was going to be a movie.
No.
And originally, Josh Trank, he did Chronicle and the last Fantastic Four movie that was really bad. So he was going to do it, and then James Mangold, who directed Logan, and then he's doing the new Indiana Jones. He was attached to direct the Boba Fett movie. That would have been pretty cool because he's a good director, but yeah, they just turned it into a series.
That's fine. I mean, the production that Mandalorian had was decent. It was movie quality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I expect the same thing from the Boba Fett. The Marvel shows, though, I didn't find them as good quality for like a movie. They look like shows to me. Quality.
Loki.
Loki was a little bit more higher production. I think that was probably that, and WandaVision was probably like the most expensive one to shoot. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I don't think that one was as bad because they don't have like all those superpowers and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, Boba Fett comes out December 29th. So it'll lead into next year.
There you go. Look forward to next year's roster of shows. Should be pretty good.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan for sure is coming out. I think Cassian Andor as well.
We're going to get some good movies too. And Spider-Man is still scheduled for December. So that's also a good thing to look forward to.
Speaking of Spider-Man, I did read some. I mean, it's not really a spoiler because I already figured who's going to probably be in it. But I read something that, I mean, we've already known, but
yeah, there's I've read something that denied it and also one that confirmed it. So it's just like it still keeps you guessing, but I feel like the confirmation is probably the correct one. If not, it's whatever.
Yeah, and I won't spoil it, but it's just some villains that you've seen previously in other Spider-Man movies. They're going to be in this new one, and everybody knows that. But yeah, well, speaking of movies, there's some news I did want to talk about. So Warner Brothers, and they greenlit Dune 2, so that's happening.
Doom 2?
Dune.
Oh, Dune 2. I was like, Doom.
Yeah. Have you seen Dune yet?
Huh?
Have you seen Dune yet?
No, I haven't.
Dude, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, I will.
But
when I get time, that's a long ass movie, bro.
Endgame was longer.
Well, yeah, I had more time back then. I was flying on a damn plane.
But yeah, go see. But yeah, they're moving forward with Dune Part 2. It's coming out in 2 years. So
yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah,
October 2023. So it was already in motion. Like the director, like the script is pretty much done. So they knew they were gonna do it. So I'm excited. The second part is definitely gonna be more action packed than the first part.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty slow in the first part.
Yeah, but it's getting you into the world, and there are some actions, but yeah, the second part's definitely gonna have more action in it. It's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, going back to Marvel, Bill Murray was cast in Ant-Man 3
as a villain.
I have no idea. I just saw that he's gonna be in it. So
I mean, what was the last movie that guy was in? I'm pretty sure, though, he's going to be in the new Ghostbuster movie.
Yeah, he is. He was in Zombieland, the last Zombieland, but in a cameo.
The first one, not the second one.
Yeah, he's in the second one. Well, in a post-credit.
Oh. Yeah, I guess. I don't remember seeing the post-credit, though. But the second one.
Yeah. It's a flashback of how the zombie apocalypse started and how he was affected. So yeah, that's interesting. I like Bill Murray and Ant-Man 3. I did not like Ant-Man 2 that much.
I was okay with it. I didn't. I liked Ant-Man 1 better.
Yes, for sure.
It was just new, but I liked the humor in 2. It was okay. The magic tricks and then how it translated to WandaVision.
Oh yeah. Jimmy Woo. Yeah.
Here's my card.
I'm not sure if he's going to be in Ant-Man 3, but Kang is. He's going to be the villain. And a version of him was introduced in Loki. So they're definitely... I guess the multiverse is still going to be part of the MCU until that movie. So they're definitely stretching it out. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for it. 2023, I think July. So got a little bit until then. And the last thing I saw is Brendan Fraser is going to be the villain in the Batgirl movie.
Batgirl movie?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Batgirl movie being made.
Yeah, I told you.
Did you?
Yeah, when we talked about Fandom.
It
was brief.
Okay. Well, who's playing Batgirl?
She's black or half black.
Not the one that's part of the show, right? Because she's
no
horrible at acting, by the way.
I don't even know.
I don't know who that is, but I saw like a clip, and I'm like, dude, this is weird.
Yeah, but no, I think I heard she was in the Heights movie. I never saw that, but she's going to be Batgirl. J.K. Simmons, who was Gordon in Justice League, he's coming back as Gordon, so I guess it's tied into that universe.
Mm-hmm.
But Brendan Fraser, he's going to be Firefly. So
Firefly is a cool villain.
Yeah, I don't think they haven't done him in a movie.
No, they did him in a game, Arkham Knight.
Yeah. He's a pyrotechnic or some.
Yeah, it's when you were like rescuing all the firefighters in that game.
Yeah, but Brandon,
still a good game in my opinion. I like the fighting mechanics. Now, did you play it?
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah,
did you beat it?
No, no. I watched the cinematics though. Jason Todd, he's Arkham. He is the Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Brandon. Yeah,
the story leading up to that was pretty good in that game too. I don't know if you saw the cinematics where like it shows the Joker beating his ass.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
but he was just hallucinating the Joker, right?
Yeah, Batman was hallucinating the Joker.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Brendan Fraser making a comeback because he hasn't been in that many movies ever since like The Mummy. I love those movies back in the first two.
Yeah, the first two. The one with the introduces characters and the one with his son, right? The second one.
The second one was The Rock was in it.
Yeah, the one with his son.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. The Scorpion King. Oh my god, that was a really bad movie.
This first Scorpion King?
The one with The Rock?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I remember, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember liking it. But that's when The Rock was like just becoming an actor.
True, yeah. Dipping his feet in there.
But
I mean, The Rock just plays himself now, so that's what works best for actors nowadays. They just pretty much they act like themselves.
Yeah.
With an extension of the actual character.
Yeah. So yeah, Brendan Fraser. It's gonna be cool. But I think it's gonna be a HBO Max movie. So
I mean, Dune was too.
Well, it was supposed to be. It was made for the theater, but this one, this one specifically for streaming. Yeah, that's all my movie news. I did have some video game story. So they're making a Quiet Place game.
Quiet Place?
Yeah. Have you seen
the movie?
Yeah.
Those usually don't do that well.
Yeah.
Games, I mean, based off of movies.
It could be a cool game. It kind of would be like The Last of Us. Pretty much. You know how, like, I think the clickers,
Yeah.
where you can't make a sound. So,
But like, I feel like that it's gonna be like a really stealthy game.
yeah.
I mean, I guess people like those types of games. Me personally, I get impatient. So I know I'm gonna end up fucking getting into shootouts and probably dying a lot. If it's made like that Alien game where you hide from the xenomorph,
Yeah.
then I don't think I'd really enjoy that game.
Yeah. And apparently it's coming out next year. So, yeah. We'll see. I like the movies, so I don't know if it can translate well to a video game, but they can do it. Another news, Sony's creating a PlayStation PC label for PC releases. So they're finally, this is like a long time coming because I don't know why they haven't done this prior, but yeah. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of re-releases of their games on PC.
Looking at my phone because I forgot the name of this game. It's called Sons of the Forest. It looks pretty good. Basically, it starts off with you getting into a plane crash and you land in this forest or whatever, and there's a bunch of like cannibals and shit, and you have to survive. And you can build stuff, and you don't, just do whatever you can to survive. It's a first-person game. Looks pretty dope. I think it's for the PC.
When does it come out?
It just says sometime in 2022, so sometime next year. But there's no month, and it is it has co-op in it.
Hopefully, I'll have a PC by then. We can play it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, how's work going, man?
Cool. Yeah, it's cool. Again, like it's more of a side gig to make extra money. But for right now, it's cool. The main thing I like doing is just seeing all the different parts of the city, going into cool apartments that I can't afford. But dude,
hey, can I live with you?
Dude, $3,000 for a nice, pretty much for a nice one bedroom apartment. $3,000.
Yeah, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, that just baffles me, man. Oh, dude, speaking of ridiculous prices, gas is getting up to like almost $5 a gallon over here.
Ours is at 4 or close to it.
I get it because
I try not to think about it.
The demand outweighs the supply because of all the supply chains issues. Hopefully it will go down because, yeah, I mean, back when I was working at my last job, when we had to ship stuff through China via boat, like the ports in LA were just like really shitty and backed up. So we're still having those. I'm not sure if how it is now, but
Well, I ordered the new iPhone like a month ago, and I just got it today.
oh, nice.
So,
Wait, which one is that?
the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Damn, someone's balling.
Well, so Verizon had a deal. They were giving me $800 for my iPhone 11, which is like the most basic model. Well, I think it had like the higher memory or whatever. But yeah, so I was like, here, take my $800 phone and I'll pay the remainder on this one, which I did. So
Nice.
really can't speak on the features and all that, but it has 5G, so it should be faster. Screen's bigger, obviously. Camera's amazing. I tried it out earlier. You can tell the difference on the screen too. Smoother than iPhone 11. Can't speak on the iPhone 12 because I never owned it. But yeah, it's an iPhone. It does what an iPhone does.
I still have my iPhone 8.
Is it still cracked? All the shit?
No,
Oh, okay.
I got it fixed, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have it until at least next year. And then eventually I'll get a new one. But yeah, it's I mean, it does the job. It does the job. It has a home button, so I like the home button.
I mean, the difference is just on the side versus it being in the front.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And smaller for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there's one more video game thing I wanted to talk about. So Marvel is teaming up with the company Skydance New Media, and Amy Hennig, I think, is the head of that. She was a creator on the Uncharted games. They're teaming up for a new action adventure game. So that could be pretty cool because she has a good track record. So hopefully that game could be what Avengers was trying to be.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
Did you play it?
No.
I heard mixed things about it.
Did you? Okay. Other stuff, though. I remember last time we were talking, or I mentioned the Nintendo 64 on the Switch. Some people were pissed off about it. I didn't really see what they're pissed off about. Maybe because like the quality isn't the best.
Yeah, I heard there was like a lot of like audio issues.
I only played briefly. I didn't have any issues, but I played on the handheld. So I don't know if there was any issues with it docked. But when you play handheld, it doesn't use the full screen. It uses like a square. Anyway, here are the games. Oh no. I gotta shut off that light real quick. That are available, and they should release more. Definitely gonna play Ocarina of Time. Mario 64 is just too much for me. I don't think I can replay that today. But yeah, it's a good roster. Just increase the online payment for it.
That's pretty much it for all the video game stuff. Now, there's some other stories that I found that were pretty interesting. We'll start off with, did you hear about Facebook changing their name?
Yeah, didn't we talk about this last week? The metaverse?
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Briefly. briefly.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't think it was official yet.
No.
Or was it? I don't know. But yeah, they changed
no.
it, and Mark Zuckerberg was essentially talking about he's trying to build a virtual reality community.
Yeah, just like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I think there's a crypto that he's trying to create too for the currency in that in that thing that he's trying to create, the reality, virtual reality.
Yeah. So, and the Facebook, like social media, is still going to be named Facebook, but it's just the company is
Changed to
changing to Meta, and then it's like the umbrella company for Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and whatever. So yeah, and I was going to ask you, like, how much closer are we getting to Ready Player One?
We're at the baby steps. I don't know if it's going to be the same. Some people have created virtual reality spaces, but they use like a whole room for that, like a room like mine. Just wrap it around. I don't know what the guy's name is. If I find it, I'll put his name somewhere on the screen. But yeah, created some cool stuff, some cool characters and a cool layout, and it looks like Ready Player One quality.
How do you feel about it? What he's trying to do, though. Some people just said it was like a scapegoat because Facebook was facing some backlash because of the whistleblower. So they wanted to.
I mean, it could be a distraction, but I mean, if they legitimately pursue this, somebody's got to start it. So if he's successful, that's great. I would really want to see what comes out of this. But other than that, I mean, if he fails, he fails.
I don't know. It's just. I don't know how I feel about virtual reality. People are becoming less and less social in the real world. So trying to create this is just going to further that social awkwardness that kids are already having with social media and video games, you know, like
it's not just kids, it's people our generation and younger that are having this issue, more so the younger generation than us.
Yeah.
And this was an issue that was presented in that movie, if you recall. As long as it's with restrictions, you know, time limits, like, I don't know, that's something you have to establish as a parent or an adult for children and yourself to have some self-control. I do see that with the technology today with iPads, phones, computers, all that shit. It's all a distraction, but also it could benefit them too. It's just there's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I would try it out, but if it's legit, but I don't know. Just
it's not $10,000. You know those motion capture equipments and stuff? Not the ones that they use in movies, but like ones that you could use for the computer for like I guess virtual YouTubers and stuff. It's like $10,000 to $20,000.
Not worth it.
It's too much.
Yeah, I don't know. And I just don't trust Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's kind of sketch.
So we'll see. I mean, what goes on with that. Anyway, another story was some people were gathering for a small dong march.
Like small penis? Like micro penis or just small penis in general?
I think look it up. Look up small dong march.
People gather for the weirdest things, man. All right.
They wanted to change the stigma of having a small dick. I'm reading an article from the New York Post. Activists hold small dong march to end shaming of tiny penises. Dozens of men have hit the streets for a small dong march. I think this was in either New York or LA. Yeah, it was in LA. It was organized by YouTube stars Chad and JT. I have no idea who those are.
Who they are either. What is considered a small dong to them?
I don't know.
3 inches.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for people. I mean, yeah, it must be because as growing as young men, as
We're gonna do 4 inches, huh?
as young men hitting puberty, and yeah, I can see. I mean, I always thought I was always scared of, embarrassed of, like, oh, what if this girl thought I had a small dick? Like, I think not every guy has that, but
Compared to porn stars, I got a small dick.
yeah, dude, I think yeah, but I think I have an average. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. People actually like gathered, did protest this stuff, or
I mean, what are they protesting? Like to women? They're protesting to women? Like, who are they protesting to?
I mean, that would be, you would think that's who it's for the shame that they feel.
I don't know. Listen, as long as you know how to use it, you got it, bro.
Yeah. So, I mean, more power to you if you have a small dick.
A little more effort in it, and you're good. I mean,
dude, there's
an average dick still needs to put in effort too. Alright, I'm just like, huh?
There's foreplay, get some toys. I don't know.
Do whatever you need to keep the romance alive, I guess. I don't know.
Another story is Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos are legally people. The U.S. court rules. Did you see that or hear about that?
No, I didn't. Mm-mm.
So I'm pulling up this article from NBC News. So
Man, you got a lot of world news today.
I know, a lot of interesting stuff happening. The offspring of hippos, once owned by Colombian drug kingpin Pablo Escobar, has been recognized as people or interested persons with legal rights in the U.S. following a federal court order. The case involves a lawsuit against the Colombian government over whether to kill or sterilize the hippos, whose numbers are growing at a fast pace and pose a threat to biodiversity. An animal rights group is hailing the order as a milestone victory in the long-sought efforts to sway the U.S. justice system. So, to grant animal personhood status, but the order won't carry any weight in Colombia, where the hippos live, a legal expert said. The ruling has no impact in Colombia because they only have an impact within their own territories. It will be the Colombian authorities who decide what to do with the hippos and not the American ones, said Camino Baranos, whatever, criminal law professor in Colombia. The cocaine hippos are descendants of animals that Escobar illegally imported to his Colombian ranch in the 1980s when he reigned over the country's drug trade. After his death in a 1993 shootout with authorities, the hippos were abandoned at the estate and left to thrive with no natural predators. Their numbers have increased in the last 8 years from 35 to somewhere between 65 and 80. A group of scientists has warned the hippos pose a major threat in the area's biodiversity and can lead to deadly encounters with humans. They are advocating for some of the animals to be killed. A government agency has started sterilizing some of the hippos, but there is debate on what are the safest methods. In the suit, attorneys for the Animal Legal Defense Fund asked the U.S. District Court in Cincinnati to give interested person status to the hippos so that 2 wildlife experts in sterilization from Ohio could be deposed in the case. Federal Magistrate Judge Karen Litkovitz in Cincinnati granted the request on October 15th. The animal rights group based near San Francisco believes it's the first time animals have been declared legal persons in the U.S. Their attorneys argue that because advocates for the hippos can bring lawsuits to protect their interests in Colombia, that the hippos should be allowed to be considered interested persons under U.S. law. They appointed a federal statute that allows anyone who is an interested person in a foreign lawsuit to ask a federal court to permit them to take dispositions in the U.S. in support of their case.
It's a weird case.
And I love animals.
Hippos are dangerous, bro.
I know they're dangerous, but
Yeah. They should tranquilize them and put them in the right environment.
Yeah,
I do.
I agree. Take them back to Africa or wherever they came from, and yeah, because I believe that we should try to preserve as much of the animal life as possible so they don't go fully extinct. So I just thought that was funny. Cocaine hippos.
Yeah.
So
It's a weird name.
yeah. And then the last story I have is that scientists discover possible signs of the first planet outside of our galaxy. So astronomers have detected signs of the first planet transiting a star outside the
Solar system.
the Milky Way galaxy. The discovery led by NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory opens up a new window to search for exoplanets at greater distances than ever before. Exoplanets, which are planets located outside the solar system, have been a source of help to understand the conditions beyond the system. Until now, astronomers have found all other known exoplanets and exoplanet candidates in the Milky Way galaxy. Almost all of them less than about 3,000 light years from Earth. So an exoplanet in M51 would be about 280 million light years away, meaning it would be thousands of times farther away than those in the Milky Galaxy. The possible exoplanet candidate is located in the spiral galaxy Messier 51. So that's M51. Also called the Whirlpool Galaxy because of its distinctive profile. So yeah, man, I just think that's cool, man. I think that's where we need to go since we're fucking up our planet. That's the next step.
Yeah, until they fuck up that one too.
We won't see it in our lifetime.
Dude, honestly, I don't think the human race is gonna survive.
Damn. Damn. What do you think's gonna happen? We're just gonna wipe each other out?
Evolution is just gonna take a shit.
Or an asteroid's just gonna destroy the planet?
Or that. Apocalypse.
Or there'll be another deadly disease that no one believes in and worse than corona and wipes us all out?
I mean, they did discover a bunch of diseases in like the Atlantic or some shit. Or North Pole or whatever in the ice. I don't know if you heard about that. But
No.
yeah, they found more than like 30 viruses that are frozen in there, and we have no countermeasures for them. So there's that. Other news, a lot of YouTubers are working with Mr. Beast with the Clean the Ocean thing. So I thought that was neat.
That's good.
Yeah, Clean the Ocean movement. So you guys should go check that out. He didn't reach out to us, but obviously because we're not that big, but if you something good to look into.
So what are they doing? Is just creating a funds or what?
Yeah, I think there's like donations and stuff like that, and just making people aware.
Yeah, man, we need to take care of our planet because we only got one, and we're probably not traveling the universe anytime soon. Especially not the fucking billionaires because they'll be the rich people will be the first ones. So we gotta make sure we clean our planet, transition to renewable energy, and clean the ocean. That's about it.
Yes, sir.
So that's all I got, man. So,
I also picked this up today. Got a black version.
oh, nice.
Yeah. I just wish I had a black PS5. I don't know why the fuck they made this shit white.
Yeah, they want it to be different, I guess.
Yeah.
There'll be a black one. They'll have to.
Oh, I thought they had one set. I don't know, man. I'm just glad I got the first generation because the second generation is worse than the first.
I don't know which one I got.
You got the first. You got it around the same time I did.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Because I haven't played mine in a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't played mine in a while until yesterday.
Yeah. So but I am gonna get that GTA trilogy. So that's
$60.
I think it's worth it. I mean, I've
never played it before.
So get it. I'm gonna stream it. So that's all I got, man. You got anything going on this week?
Working and homework and try to make up the money that I spent. Hopefully the cryptocurrency I invested in goes up more. Yeah, that's about it. So with that, thank you for joining Higher Notion, episode 12. Hit the subscribe, the like, comment down below, and the bell icon.
All right. Later.